Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. We are in Indian Wells in the Palm Desert area, leaving a parking lot with a drugstore and a supermarket on CA 111, and I think we're on Cook Street. And as you can see, it's 35 miles an hour. And I don't know if you can also see, but there are no sidewalks anywhere. There are entrances to developed communities. And if you live in these communities, I can't help but think that at some point the city and developers all said to you, you must have a car. Like, you want to walk to get to the grocery store, you want to have a nice stroll out to pick up a couple of things in your neighborhood. Too bad, you have to drive a car, or I guess ride a bicycle because there is a bike lane. Of course, the bike lane goes away because a driver might want to turn their car. And I want to turn my bicycle here, so I'm going to turn here. And now we're on a road called Fairway. You know, it's a golf theme because there's a lot of golfing out here. And once again, we are on a road. This is interesting to me, and I wanted to show this to you. I wanted to share this with you. I wanted to consider it with you. What we have in the middle of the desert, like right now when I'm riding, it's in the high 70s, and on this day it's going to get up to about 107 degrees. We have a pretty modest road, I think. I mean, we have a lane in each direction with a turning lane in the middle, and then painted bike lanes on each side. And then we have these honkin' lawns that are not even like in front of people's homes. They're buffering the development that go up to a wall over which are people's homes. And I just can't help but think, like, once again, if you want to take a walk, screw you, you know? I mean, these people, like, will walk in the bike lane, I guess. There is so much room here for space for anybody who wants to use it. There's room for pedestrians, but they are not being given room. There is room for drivers who have room, and there's room for my bicycle as well. But, I mean, this is not an equitable design. And it's kind of cracking me up. It's kind of making me feel crazy. Like, it's making me feel like, is there something wrong with me? You know? I also have to kind of wonder, I mean, the people who live here, people who live in places like this, I feel like they must just be resigned to grass in the middle of the desert, which I think is wild. I mean, the water usage out here has got to be insane to keep things this green. But it's there has to be a willingness, there has to be an acceptance. I mean, I wonder even who is seeking this out. Like, I want my daily life to require using a car. That I just can't wrap my head around it. I'm having a hard time with it. And listen, wonderful people live out here. I have some friends out here. That's part of the reason why I'm out in this neighborhood now. They think that I am out of my mind for getting on a bicycle and going for a bike ride around here. But the space is here to be used effectively, to be used in such a way that people could get out of their homes. And you see people out walking. But I wonder how far they're going to walk. Are they only going to be walking to a certain other spot in the neighborhood near other homes? Or are they walking to some sort of amenity, like a cafe or a park or a store to pick up something they need, or a restaurant, something like that? Up on 111, there are lots of places to buy things, but there is a lot of distance between where people are and those things that people might want to get. So, yeah, I mean, I have a lot more of this stretch. This is not that far. It's only a good, I don't know, I'd say maybe like 2.5 miles or something like that. I did not have a very long ride because, once again, it's super hot out. And also, I find this design to be pretty inhospitable. No, there's no traffic. I'm not in danger of getting hit by a driver around here. At least I don't think I am. This seems like a pretty low traffic route. But actually, this also reminds me. I was once talking to somebody. I don't know if you all know. I'll share a little story for a second. I almost went to graduate school for city planning. I have a couple of degrees in English and poetry. That's like my field. That's my profession. But at some point, when I was struggling with work a little bit at a different time in the economy, I thought, hey, like I'm really into the city planning stuff. I'll go get a master's degree. And I feel like I was talking to somebody at the time who pointed out to me that when a road is empty like this, a traffic engineer would consider this a success because there is no traffic. Like, nobody is competing with anybody else. This is a successful road design. And I think that that is absolutely bonkers. I don't understand why we would build a neighborhood like this. I wonder what the quality of this neighborhood is. Like, we're passing a bunch of houses now. I don't know, do these people know each other? Do these people hang out with each other? I was actually thinking, I wonder, like, if these people have, dinner parties or have guests over, friends over, where do those friends park? Do they complain about a lack of street parking? Never mind the fact that all of these driveways, I don't know if you could see those, they kind of wrap around. They're these big arches. You could probably, arcs or arches? I think maybe arcs. They, you could fit at least 5 or 6 cars in there. Do people carpool when they go see each other around these neighborhoods? Do they coordinate? Something tells me they don't take transit. Something tells me the bus does not come through here. To my knowledge, there's no trolley system in the Palm Desert area. But I kind of feel like there should be. I feel like there could be. I feel like just from an environmental standpoint, we would have a lot of success if there are ways that people wouldn't have to drive and could access places of interest. But yeah, as far as I can tell, this is my complete suburban nightmare. If you live in a place like this, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts. This is the kind of place where I think that people, when they want to ride a bike, they strap their bicycle to the back of a car and then they drive to a destination, do the biking, and then strap it on and come back. And I understand that motivation. I understand that necessity when we have a design like this, but it's not a lifestyle I'm interested in. I had to go run an errand today. I was able to get on the bicycle, ride down a major hill into Mission Valley, do my errand, and ride back up the hill. And, I think all in all, I traveled like 6 miles. But there's got to be a better way to design communities than like this. And but hey, the people who live here, more power to you. I hope that you're happy in places like this. I hope that it serves your needs. But my goodness, there are so many things that give me anxiety about this. We are at the end of a cul-de-sac and back into the place I was staying while I was in town here. So I'm going to go through the gate, which thankfully is not locked up. And from here, we are going to drive less and ride a bike. Thanks.